and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi, I'm Sara Meeks, and now this is the first of another set of two, and I'm going to be demonstrating exercises with the Theraband. Now, first of all, I would like to thank OPTP for sending all of these Therabands for this particular video so that I could demonstrate it. Notice I have them on this rack, and they come in different tensions. For example, this one over here is the lightest one, and if I'm working with somebody who has rheumatoid arthritis and they're very sensitive and they're very weak, I would start with a band of this color. And then the next tension would be the bright yellow, and then it goes red, then it goes green, then it goes blue, then black, and then finally silver, and gold is the toughest one. Not everybody gets to that level, but we start out with, I usually start with the bright yellow one because that's a fairly easy one. And after this demonstration of some of the principles of using the bands, then I believe that my model is going to begin with the red one that we've chosen. That's the third color. Now the idea here is that the exercises I do are primarily for the shoulder, what's called the shoulder girdle. What that means is the shoulder joints with the scapula or the and the back muscles. And I start out with people lying on their back. That's the easiest position to do because a lot of it is gravity assisted exercise, which is a lot easier than gravity resisted exercises. But we can use the different colors as people progress until we get up to the gold. Not everybody will get there, but a lot of people get as far as black and silver. But it does take a little bit time to get the strength in the shoulders. So they're lying on their back, and I'm going to demonstrate just a couple of the exercises with this one that I have in my hand so I can show you some of the principles of it. The first thing is that I want to protect the hands and the fingers of my patients. I don't want to cause an injury while we're trying to strengthen the shoulders, especially when we get to the heavier Therabands. So what I do is I take this band and I wrap it around my hand, not my fingers. This is a very important part when you're using just the plain band. Now these bands, you can purchase little gadgets to put on the end so you don't have to wrap the band around your hand and so on. And I'll be talking a little bit about that. And so I'll do the same thing with the other hand. I want to make sure that my hands are not going to get injured while I'm trying to strengthen my shoulders. Now also, when I do the exercises, I want to keep my wrists as stable as possible. So as I'm pulling one of the bands out, I don't go like this with my wrist. I keep my wrist in neutral as I pull out. This is the first exercise. Now imagine I'm lying on my back. So I start with the band in front of me, and then I pull the band out and bring it right across my collarbone. So this will be the first one that we will do. Now, I have found that a lot of people, when they start out on the Theraband, and then I talk to them maybe a couple of months later and I ask them how they're doing, what color are they using? They're still using the yellow, and I say, well, what you need to do is go onto the website and purchase the next color, or they actually come in sets. They have little sets, easy set, medium set, and then harder set. So you don't have to buy 50 yards of one color, you see. So they do have sets. So I encourage them to do that because I want them to progress. Now, some of the exercises will, you'll be able to use a more resistance than less resistance. For example, this particular exercise that I just demonstrated, you can do a lot of resistance with this one. You'll start with a lighter resistance, but you can do quite a lot. And then one of the other exercises that we do is rotation of the shoulder. So I have people put their hands at their arms at the side of their body, and then we do external rotation of the shoulders, and we'll do holding with one hand and do one arm at a time and then the other arm and so on. So you can't use the gold on that exercises. The muscles are smaller, and here when we're doing this, we were working large muscles in our back so we can take more resistance. So I'm going to have Barbara again is going to demonstrate the series of exercises lying on her back. So that's a little bit of an introduction of the use of the Theraband, and thank you for watching this video.